Review time with Imperial, and today's review is the Beekeeper. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's get into it. So let's go over the cast. Yeah, Jason Statham plays as Adam Clay. Emmy Raver Lambton plays as Agent Veronica Parker. Josh Hutcherson plays as Derek Danforth. Bobby Nadiri plays as Agent Matt Wiley. Jeremy Irons plays as Wallace Westwild. And we have two more. Who's the president? Well, we got Felicia Rashad. She plays as Eloise Parker. And then the president, that's the only last character. Gemma Redgrave plays as President Danforth. So this is a good movie. If you watch Jason's Statham movies, it's always action-packed. One-man army, like Rambo, and beat everybody up. Take a little wound or pain here and there, but for the most part, he just goes through and run through like 100 men, and it's just action packed. If you want action, looking for action to watch, storyline, this is the movie for you. So it's synopsis read: one man's brutal campaign for vengeance takes on a national stakes after he is revealed to be a former operative of a powerful and clandestine organization known as Beekeepers. So the movie starts off with Eloise Parker. Now, Adam Clay is staying in a barn on her land, and he makes honey. Meanwhile, I guess she's written out the room, and she's in retirement, of course, and she's in charge of a $2 million fund campaign for some kids. So one day she received some type of notice on her computer, and she clicked on it and then called the number. So this is, of course, fraud, Trojan horse, malware, the whole nine. She called them, and this is just basically showing the elderly or whoever, it don't necessarily mean to be elderly, how they get scammed. And meanwhile, she's thinking they told her upload a software to her computer to get it fixed. And she did all that, and when it did that, it pretty much went through everything, her bank accounts, everything that she was tied to, stole all her information. And as long as she stayed hooked on with them, it pretty much took all her information. Then they asked her to click on something to basically say she verified the transaction, and that's how they get these people to say basically you agreed to let these funds go out. And so when she went back, when the guy got off the phone in the call center he was in, he was just demonstrating to the people at the call center basically how to do it and get it done. She went back to the account and instantly seen everything was drained out. So when later, of course, she was distraught. When Adam came to check on her, he came in and seen that there was a gun on the table. Right at that moment, Agent Veronica Parker came in. Now, Veronica Parker her mother is Eloise Parker. And she came in thinking Adam had something to do with it at first. And he just was like, I'm sorry for your loss. So Eloise committed suicide. But the way it looked, she took a bullet in the chest. And, in the shoulder, it looked like. Maybe it was the chest, but I thought it was the shoulder. And it made it look like if she was committing suicide, normally they do it the other way. So it made it look like maybe somebody just came and finished her off. But nevertheless, Veronica, she's an agent, FBI agent, so she had Adam investigated. He came out clear, no prints on him. But at that time, Adam reached out to some people he knew to track where that phone call came from. He found out the call center he went to the call center, pretty much blew up the call center, and that was the train of events, because now that started. Of course, the money didn't get back. Veronica was doing her FBI duties, trying to trace that they had like 13 call centers. Meanwhile, the Beekeeper, Adam, he was out for justice, basically to take down, look out who's the main person and take it down from within. So Wallace Westwood, and Derek Danforth. Derek Danforth is the son of the President Danforth. So he pretty much funded her campaign through these call centers stealing money from people, but she didn't know, or she turned a blind eye to what he was doing. Meanwhile, Wallace Westwall he's like he looks after Derek while the president is doing her thing. And so, of course, Derek tells him what's going on. Somebody's after him. And then when he said his thing is like the Beekeeper, he instantly knew that that organization, they're trained to kill. They'll wipe out Navy SEALs and whoever. Now, if you gang up on them, you could potentially get them. Other than that, one-on-one, they'll destroy you because they trained to annihilate. So he called in a favor to somebody he knew in the government, and they sent out some other beekeepers to attack Adam. Of course, he wiped them off, and so Wallace went and got a whole new Navy SEAL team and pretty much said, hey, all of y'all together could stop him. That didn't stop Adam. Of course, one man show, he's going after him. He talked to Verona. I keep calling her Veronica. It's Verona. He talked to Agent Verona, telling her pretty much like what he's going after. Basically, he's called a bee slayer, and in a hive of bees, if the queen is looked at that they produce an offspring that's a bad offspring, somebody rises up from the bees and become the queen slayer, kills the queen so a new queen could go. So that's basically what he doing. So the whole movie is basically him getting closer to the president and stopping everything and exposing her. So what happened, it's action packed all through this, the different call centers he goes through, him killing people. So it's a good action film. Of course, at the end, he gets to the final stage, get through a lot of men, great battle scenes, and then he gets in a room with the president, her son, and Agent Verona and her partner, Agent Wiley. And the son was like, forget it. He put the gun to his mom's head. Adam shot the son and then dove out the window. And before he could start running, Verona had the gun at him, but she let him go. Of course, he was on there to do justice, and on top of that, he was getting vengeance for her mom. And so at the end of the beach, he had scuba gear waiting for him so he could swim off, even though he was wounded. And that was pretty much the end of the film. But it was a good action-packed film. I'm late to it. This thing came out a few months ago, but I just now watching it. I should have been watched it. Out of my 4-star rating system, I give this movie a 3 out of 4 stars. It's good. It's worth it to watch. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Also, it's on MGM Plus if you was thinking where to go watch it at. Till next time.